Hello, beloved and beautiful ones. This is Lorelei from the Tightrope to 5D Music Reactions. And if you wonder about that strange name, just stick around to the end. I got a special message about this historic shift, never done before, from third dimensional consciousness to fifth dimensional consciousness for the entire planet. So that's that. But now we're going to start with a reaction to Alpenglow. And as I said before, I haven't been a listener of rock for a long time. We'll see how this goes.
This song just makes you feel great. I mean, if you didn't already feel much better than earlier today, or maybe even fantastic by now, this song will kick you right into it. How about that?
What is her nationality, by the way? I didn't hear any accent because I didn't hear her speak. I only heard her sing. So now I hear this. It sounds like perhaps Scottish or Irish or something of that effect. Let me know what she is, folks. I'd love to know that. Comment, please, for me. Okay, this is very interesting. Those words are very interesting. It sounds like she's talking about we have been here in a state of like a higher consciousness before. I don't know if that's true, but it sounded like from the words. Tell me, put the message in there. And that's true, actually, in my conversation of 5D Earth. Wow, this is pretty amazing. Let's go back a little bit. Wait, let's go. To rest now and finish the show. That's what we say. This is a show, you know? We're in a show right here, and we're coming up on the ending. to go back to this guy. I want to hear this whole guitar solo for sure. But oh my goodness, like, and it's funny because I'm about to talk in my message about this whole business of having had many, many existences. So this is so crazy that she's singing this. Hang on, I got to go back. We're going to hear this. I gotta tell you though, that whole guitar, so wonderful. And when we were young, you know, we had made an art out of air guitar playing, you know, for it's part of our dancing. So this is so cool. Well, I can certainly see why they love this one out there. My goodness, isn't that extraordinary? I mean, it is rock, but it's not that, you know, that sort of that rock that's like, you know, your fingernails on a chalkboard. It's so jarring and all. It's a little bit jarring. It's not soothing like, you know, anything like that, right? But it's fun. It's fun, definitely. And it's energetic. It's lively. Oh my, and the message of this song, wow, how powerful. Yes, we were here. We're going to talk about that in a minute in my message, but oh my goodness, and we were here creating the whole thing. I'm not talking about me, little Lorelei, of course. I'm talking about where I come from, you know, the beings that I am an offshoot of, if you will, for all of us, right? That is very, very inspiring. So, you know, if I want to put this on my scale of 1 being very third dimensional, fear, pain, sadness, anger, disharmony, all of that, and 10 being very fifth dimensional, love, joy, peace, bliss, abundance. This is a very like high vibrational message, although the music isn't like that peaceful music or something, but it's still, the message is very high vibrational and the music is fun. So I think where I would go with this one is maybe about a 7. So, and now that's not about how fabulous it is. By the way, some of you are rock lovers, and it is great. For rock, it is great. No question. If you say how fabulous it is on a scale of 1 to 10, she'd be off the chart. But, you know, but in terms of where it pulls us, okay, which direction. And by the way, like my video, like her video, right? And also subscribe. And I would like to know, you know, what you know about this band. Anything at all that you know about this band that you want to share with me, go ahead and put it in the comments. Meanwhile, if you'd like to know a little bit about me, you can go to the About Me video here on YouTube. And that'll lead you to a longer video that tells you about my Forged in the Fire of 3D journey. And also, you can go to the description on YouTube and drop down to About Lorelei on Patreon. I have some things you might want to participate in, so check it out. So today we are talking about the true folly of wars and warring based on color, creed, race, and all of that. Why is it just insane to war based on color, creed, race, and all of that? Well, I think like people would now are at least coming to a very obvious thing, right? Everybody's coming to a very obvious thing. And people say this all the time in life. They say, we're just one race. We're the human race, which is very true, by the way. We're just the human race, right? We've got I got different color hair than you. I've got different color skin than you. I have a different heritage than you. We all have a mishmash anymore anyway in this days, right? We have a mishmash of a heritage, most of us. So we're just this one race, the human race. And if you look at the beings out in the cosmos, for instance, there are so many races that look nothing like us. They don't even look human, but they're conscious. They're conscious beings. They don't look human because they're not human, right? They're different races. They're literally different races, right? So if you want to talk about like a different race, then, let's talk about the beings in the cosmos that are of high vibration, conscious beings, right? Still. And even they don't war with each other over that, because in the higher dimensions, it's understood we are one. The Pleiadian feels at one with the Syrian, who feels at one with the Lyran, who feels at one with the human, who feels at one with the archangels, who feels at one with the angels, who feels at one with the ascended masters, who feels at one with the God source itself. I mean, in the higher vibration, everyone is at one. So that's one reason why it's certainly stark raving insanity. Down here in 3D, that's actually what we do, though. We come down to this third dimensional reality to experience not being at one. So we can kind of learn from that and have different experiences. We're kind of sick and tired of it now. We've done it. We've been there and done it, but we're ready to move on again, back up again. But that is why we come here. The other reason that it's utter and complete folly, and I touched on this in one of my other videos recently, it's what she is saying. We were here. Okay, we were here. And she's singing it right in the song. We, and I'm not talking about little Lorelei, I'm talking about where we come from. For instance, I'm an aspect of a higher being, and that higher being has a lot of aspects, right? But that higher being, along with other higher beings, or its higher self, or whatever, was here creating this whole thing. And I'm at one with that higher being, and that one's at one with their higher being. So I'm at one with the all of it, okay? So I was here. And I remember it, by the way. I have some memories of this. I have some memories. Well, it occurred to me memories of what it's like to be creating the earth and to creating what kind of beings we would have on it, what kind of animals, what kind of plants, all of that. They occur like memories, at least we'll put it that way. And this was, when I was in a meditational state, is when I had these memories come back. So we were here, and not only we were here then, we've been here all along. We've been here the whole time, right? We've been here as a Scottish person. We've been here as an Irish person. We've been here as a Japanese person. We've been here as an Egyptian person. We've been here as a black person. We've been here as a African black. We've been here as, from the islands, Caribbean black, We've been here as Mexican. We've been here as Hispanic. We've been here as Russian. We've been here as German. We've been here as it all. And I'm telling you, like, over time, as I've raised my vibration and frequency, I have remembered literally about 13 past lives. And that's nothing, by the way, because if we understand the experience of the Buddha when he sat under the Bodhi tree and he had his huge awakening, he saw thousands of lives passing by. Thousands. He said, I'm done with this. What do we do to stop this insane circle? I talk about the reincarnation, the cycle of reincarnation. Because, after a while, it's like, okay, that's enough of that. But how do you get out of it, right? But, okay, putting that conversation to the side, you can look back for my message about the cycle of reincarnation. It's actually not reincarnation as we understand it. Let me just make that clear, first of all. Like I said, we have a higher aspect, and that higher aspect puts down a lot of aspects on the earth at different times, a lot of beings. And once we get higher, since we're at one with our higher aspect, we're at one with the others as well. And not that's all the time. But once we get higher, we get to know and see and understand that, and we get to have the memories of those people. We actually get to have the memories of all those different lives that our higher aspect has put down, that we are at one with. So it is another us. It's not the exact same us, but it's another us. And so how insane is it when we've been there and done it all to have us warring with ourselves? We're warring with ourselves. I was a black person, right? And then I come here to this life. I'm a white person. Now the white people, want to war. I mean, the black people want to war with the white people. Some of the white people want to war with the black people. When you've been it before. How insane is that? You're warring with yourself. Pick any heritage, any race, any color. Pick any, and you've been it. And now you want to go and consider, let's say we're in this one particular skin right now. Now we decide in this skin that the enemies are X, Y, and Z. But in the other time we were X, Y, and Z, we decided that we were the enemies, the one we're now, right? And it never, ever flippin' worked. It never flippin' worked. Whoever we chose to be an enemy, it never worked out to our advantage. It just got us into more and more and more of a mess, more and more warring, more and more upsets. Just more and more misery in life, as we had to hold a resentment or a grudge against other people that sometimes we didn't even know. But we just blanket hated them all. Now it's time to flip that around and blanket love them all. Blanket love them all. Love all those different aspects. Really, when you follow it all the way back to the Creator, love all those different aspects of you. It's the only thing that makes sense. If you follow it out back to the Creator, right? I'm one with my higher self, who is one with their higher self, who is one with their higher self. Get eventually to the Creator, and that Creator is one with everybody, and you're one with the Creator, so you're one with everybody. Those are you out there. Different aspects of you. So how, in heaven's name, do we, with any validity, resent ourselves? That's the insanity of it, right? How do we hate and resent and hold grudges against ourselves? Well, there is a lot of self-hate out in the world, and that's a whole nother video, right? But it's not something you knowingly usually do, knowing I'm going to go hate myself, right? Well, I'll put it this way. I would say that's not true. It's actually not something we hold up and say is a good way to be, right? Is to hate yourself, right? But we've let ourselves get away with this hating each other business, I think, for long enough. Don't you think it's about time that we cut it out? Now, some of you are going to say, well, I don't believe in reincarnation. Well, that's all well and good. But err on the side of believing we're at one. How about that? Just err a little tiny bit on the side of believing we're at one. I think any of you can find in your religious, credos or whatever, that we are one with the source. And considering we're one with the source, we must be one with everybody else, right? Can you err on that side? Even if you don't believe in reincarnation, no worries. Just really get into and understand and see that business in your religious text that says you're one, you're a part of the Creator, you're a spark of the Creator, you're a child of the Creator. And getting that, you can extrapolate, you're a spark of everybody else. You're related intricately to each and everybody out there. And I mean humans and non-humans too. So, I've had some interesting experiences in my life where, having come from knowing all these different lives, then I go to try to participate, for instance, in a Native American tribal ritual. Oh no, you can't do that. You're not of us. You're not one of us. Or going to participate dancing with a bunch of black people in a room and having the guy walk off the dance floor because, what are you trying to show me up by dancing better than me? He thought, I guess, because I wasn't the right color for them. Okay. I wasn't the right color for the Native American. I wasn't the right color for the black group at that time. That meant that one, not all of them, of course, just that one particular one. I wasn't the right color in high school when they used to bash my head into a junior high. Sorry, by high school I started fighting back, but in junior high, when they bashed my head into the locker all the time because I was this little violin playing, book loving, algebra loving white girl, and they were trying to prove, that they were tough. So I wasn't the right color for that either. And I'm sure a lot of you, coming from whatever your background is, can see times when you were not the right color, the right creed, the right race, the right religion. You didn't fit in, right? And so you were harmed or hurt in some way because of that. Many of you, I'm sure, understand that. So isn't it just time we just cut it all out? Just cut it all out and be in joy and be in oneness and see in each and every other person the greatness that is also in you. Okay, beloved ones, I'm sending you that beautiful fifth dimensional energy, the love, the joy, the unity, the oneness, the greatness of the divine spark that you are. Sending it to you now. Namaste. I honor the God in you.